In 2019, Backpacker published the story of Kira Moon. She was hiking the Pacific Crest Trail when she met James William Perillo, a former Navy SEAL, and the two started walking together. It wasn't long before things took a dark turn. When Moon posted a picture of them to her social media, she claimed he flew into a rage. It only came out later that Perillo wasn't a Navy SEAL at all. He was a drifter with a slew of aliases, and just as many women who had accused him of kidnapping and sexual assault. It's worth noting here that Perillo, they say, has never been charged. According to Moon, he forced her to hike alongside him for 5 months. Beatings and assaults were frequent, she said, and her story was supported by later x-rays that showed her ribs had been broken. Back home, suspicions mounted as Moon and Perillo continued their hike. When Moon's family started digging, they found Perillo had once been featured on the show Unsolved Mysteries and was connected to a list of offenses that included things like threatening the president. Months went by before Moon saw her chance to escape by fleeing into an urgent care facility and calling the police. Homeless and struggling with PTSD, Moon died in a trailer fire in 2019. Perillo was never charged with her kidnapping, and there are numerous Reddit threads dedicated to hikers who identify him and his location to warn those nearby. Lake Mead, which straddles the border of Nevada and Arizona and is part of the Colorado River, is the largest reservoir in the U.S. and something of an oasis in an otherwise desert area. With picturesque rugged terrain and sparkling waters, Lake Mead offers outdoor fun for guests of all ages, and just 24 miles from glitzy Las Vegas, it's a quieter getaway from the bright city lights. But that doesn't mean it's a total jackpot. Park rangers consistently rank it among the most dangerous parks in the country for several reasons. It may be one of the National Park Service's top 10 most visited parks, but that comes with plenty of downsides like boating and auto accidents and especially drowning deaths, very few of which seem to involve alcohol. It's really not the party crowd, Lake Mead spokeswoman Christy Vanover told the Associated Press. It's people who don't understand the power of the lake. Some people think it's like a swimming pool. The park has also had trouble with assaults and other violent crimes, which don't exactly make for a tranquil vacation spot. Could the name Death Valley be any more obvious? True, this vast national park that's primarily located in California has its upsides. Despite its name, Death Valley is home to plenty of living creatures from desert bighorn sheep to rattlesnakes to tortoises that can live up to 80 years. With over 3 million designated wilderness acres for exploration, Death Valley is a great place for hiking, mountain biking, camping, and even birdwatching. For those who enjoy stargazing, the park also offers unparalleled views of the Milky Way, even earning an International Dark Sky Association certification. Astronomers come from all over, often braving plunging temps to get a glimpse of the latest celestial event. But there are plenty of reasons Death Valley has earned its ominous name. The extreme temperatures alone can be incredibly dangerous to unprepared visitors. During the summer months, temperatures often exceed 120 degrees, especially in low-lying areas, leading to dehydration and sometimes death. A family of German tourists in 1996 mysteriously went missing until human bones were found in 2009 in the beautiful but remote Butte Valley. It's what I'm beginning to call death by GPS, Death Valley Wilderness Coordinator Charlie Callahan remarked. People are renting vehicles with GPS, and they've no idea how it works, and they're willing to trust the GPS to lead them into the middle of nowhere. Death Valley also has another unfortunate claim to fame. The Barker Ranch on its southwestern corner once played hideout to serial killer Charles Manson and his family in the months immediately following their infamous Tate LaBianca murders in 1969. In fact, we have Death Valley Park Rangers to thank for initially arresting Manson and his followers after the group was spotted vandalizing park property. This gorgeous park sits along the border of Montana and the Canadian provinces of Alberta and British Columbia. Along with Waterton Lakes National Park across the border in Canada, Glacier National Park was designated an International Biosphere Reserve, a World Heritage Site, and the world's first international peace park. The park has over 734 hiking trails, 13 campgrounds, and plenty of opportunities for fishing, boating, biking, and skiing. Life definitely doesn't move at a glacial pace around here. Unfortunately, visiting is no walk in the park for many. On average, 2 to 3 people die each year on its land from a variety of causes. Though drowning deaths top the list, Glacier National Park has different challenges than many parks, like rock slides, avalanches, and other falling objects that have crushed motorists and climbers. If you bore down in the statistics, you find out many of those victims were alone and got themselves in trouble. Eric Gabriel, branch chief for ranger activities in Glacier, told the Great Falls Tribune. This is especially true for inexperienced day hikers who fall victim to slippery trails or stray too far from marked trails, like a 74-year-old man who accidentally stepped over a retaining wall to take a picture and fell 500 feet to his death in 1999. But at least 10 visitors to Glacier National Park have died in a far more grisly way: grizzly bear attacks. The most famous deaths occurred in 1967 when 2 19-year-old women were mauled to death on the same night at different campsites within the park. The event has become known as the Night of the Grizzlies, which spawned a documentary for PBS in 2010 and prompted the National Park Service to change its garbage dumping policies, eliminating a food source for the fuzzy, fearsome animals and lowering the risk of attacks for visitors. If only someone had told Leonardo DiCaprio that in The Revenant. Named for the tall breed of cactus that dominates this stretch of the Sonoran Desert in Arizona, the Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument is both desolate and beautiful. In 1976, the United Nations designated it as an International Biosphere Reserve, so its lands are protected and available for scientific research on desert ecosystems, climate change, and the ongoing human impact on desert life. Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument is one of the most biodiverse desert areas in the world because of its various plant, lizard, and mammal inhabitants, including America's only jaguar population, though poaching and a possible border wall could endanger the wildcats to the point of extinction. But the desert terrain is also home to a very different type of predator, which has consistently earned the park a reputation as one of the deadliest in the nation. Drug smugglers and human traffickers have often cut through the wilderness on their way to and from Mexico, with which the park shares 31 miles of the border. The Chris Eggle Visitor Center is named for a park ranger who died during a bloody standoff between 2 smugglers fleeing Mexican authorities in 2002. In fact, from 2003 to 2014, 70% of the park was closed due to illegal activity. But thanks to the cooperation of Border Control, Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument has reopened to the public with better security, including more staff and surveillance. That's one less prickly situation to deal with.